And now for our next news special report.
America, brace yourselves. As the 2024 election approaches, a sinister force is at work manipulating oil prices and draining your wallets. OPEC, the foreign oil cartel, is extending production cuts in a brazen attempt to keep prices high and sway the political tide. But who benefits from this calculated move? Is it a deliberate attack on American consumers and a ploy to undermine President Biden? You don't want to miss my final thought. Now, folks, before we jump into our special report, a quick note. As summer approaches with scorching temperatures, our AC bills are soaring like gas prices at the pump. It's as if OPEC's manipulation of oil supply has a ripple effect in our energy sector, but there is a way to fight back against the greedy utility companies. I've discovered a magic little device that's helping me slash my AC bills and keep more money in my pocket. This mini AC unit can make any room cold, icy cold in minutes, providing a potential lifesaver during deadly heat waves and blackouts. By simply placing it in your home or office, you can enjoy up to 25 hours of freezing cold air from anywhere. The cost savings in the first month alone had paid for itself. Make yourself as cool and comfortable as I am by visiting easysummercool.com. That's easysummercool.com, or click the link in the description for up to 60% off today with a 60-day risk-free guarantee and fast shipping. Now let's get into the heart of the matter here. OPEC, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, and its allies, known as OPEC Plus, have agreed to extend production cuts through next year. This deliberate move is designed to keep oil prices inflated and bleed American consumers dry. It's not just a business maneuver, it's a calculated attack on our wallets and our nation's energy independence. Now, the Biden administration appears paralyzed in the face of this crisis. Their failure to prioritize and support domestic energy production has left us vulnerable to OPEC's manipulations. U.S. Oil and Gas Association President Tim Stewart sums it up perfectly. Watch.
Joining us now, U.S. Oil and Gas Association President Tim Stewart. Tim, what they're doing is they have cracked down, the Democrats, on drilling, limiting land across the nation, and gas prices are going up. The American people are PO'd about it, and they're trying to lay the blame on the oil companies. It's a sham.
Well, I've been in this industry for 30 years now, you guys, and I can set my clock to this circadic rhythm of stupidity that comes out of Washington every year at this time. Every election year, Democrats shop around the exact same screenplay to see if anybody buys it, and it goes like this. You fire off letters to CEOs from big oil companies and accuse them of engaging in price collusion and fixing prices. Then you ask for an investigation from a regulatory agency. Then you have a show trial or a hearing in the middle of the summer when it's hot in Washington, and you do some press conferences. Guys, I've seen this movie a dozen times, and it always ends the same way. The fact of the matter is this. The FTC has issued over 50 reports on the oil and gas industry and price manipulation over the last 20 years. And why is that? Because for the last 20 years, Democratic senators like Schumer and Markey keep asking the same questions, and they keep getting the same answers back, which is this. The global oil markets control prices, not the U.S. producers, and there's no price collusion, and there's no price fixing, and yet we see this movie over and over and over again. It's kind of getting tiresome, but they have to check this box, apparently.
Now, he exposes the Democrats' tired playbook of accusing oil companies of price collusion and demanding investigations. But the truth is clear. Global oil markets control prices, not U.S. producers. The real culprit is the Biden administration's inaction and refusal to support American energy independence. So consider this. They're doing this on purpose. OPEC Plus is seemingly going out of their way to keep oil prices high, effectively keeping supply low and prices inflated. Now, these are not ordinary business maneuvers, but deliberate actions designed to bleed consumers dry. And interestingly, while your wallet is shrinking, OPEC's influence and power in global energy markets is blossoming. So we're left to wonder, who stands to gain from such blatant manipulation? And with the current political climate, the U.S. finds itself at a severe disadvantage. As OPEC helps increase prices, the Biden administration appears frozen, like a deer in headlights. It's as if we're being led by those comfortable with economic surrender, watching as OPEC plays puppet master with the world's oil supply. And where is our domestic energy production? Why rely so heavily on foreign supply when we have the means, the resources to lower costs, and provide for ourselves? Well, I'll tell you, the answer is simple. Biden's done nothing. As Stephen Van Meter points, Panic is sweeping through the Biden administration amidst this uncontrollable crisis. Watch.
Now let's over to CNBC, where we picked today's story up with a headline: is Biden's gasoline sale likely won't have a major impact on summer pump prices. And this is a huge issue, as gasoline is now going to take forefront of news, because you see this as an economic indicator. When consumers can't afford higher gasoline prices, they have no choice but to just cut their discretionary spending. But politically, it's also a dangerous game. Higher gas prices could cause voters to say no more. Put barrels in Northeast gasoline supply reserve are equivalent to just 2.65 hours of total U.S. gasoline consumption, and 2 or 3 days in areas where the gas is stored. You might remember this is going to be dumped onto the market. It's not going to be a huge needle mover. Could provide 5 to 10 cents of relief in Northeast, where gasoline market is historically tight, but this is not going to be a huge party at the pump, and this is something the current administration desperately needs. They have to get gas prices down. This will free up dollars for consumers to spend in other parts of the economy, to pay on their debts, and also help maybe change some minds about who people are going to vote for in November, as you'll see.
He knows it. He sees the writing on the wall. Stephen Van Meter. Go to his YouTube channel and subscribe if you want to find out more of his investigations and coverage of this topic. Now, getting back to the administration's feeble attempts to release the gasoline from the Northwest Supply Reserve, they're equivalent to a mere 2.65 hours of total U.S. consumption. It's a Band-Aid on a gaping wound, failing to address the root of the problem, our dependence on foreign oil. Now, the consequences are dire. Higher gas prices force consumers to cut discretionary spending, weakening our economy. Politically, it's a dangerous game that could sway voters against the current administration in the upcoming election, but perhaps that is the intention. And here lies the conclusion: a tale of failed leadership, of a brave nation held hostage by foreign energy producers, of a government that seems to have forgotten the principle of self-reliance that once made us great. The Biden administration has failed the USA, leaving us at the mercy of an economic strategy designed to milk us dry. We must rally, demand more than feeble leadership, and insist on policies that support our domestic energy producers. Only then can we break free from the unnecessarily high prices imposed by OPEC manipulation, taking control of our economic future and providing relief for our citizens. Americans deserve better than this. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. It's time for my final thought. America, it's becoming increasingly clear that OPEC's actions are not just about business, but about politics. By triggering high oil prices, they seem to be deliberately attempting to damage President Biden and boost Trump 2024 prospects. It's a troubling thought that foreign powers could be meddling in our elections by manipulating our economy. So we must stand united, demand energy independence, and refuse to let outside forces dictate our political future. America's sovereignty is at stake. And so is Biden's campaign.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.